you commended PMX for his response to the degrade, and you also said that it would take, they still have several years left in their term before the GE to prove that these reforms can actually take place. Now, when we see that in the past, we see speeches made by Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim during the campaigning periods before he was Prime Minister compared to now, we see a vast difference between the promises made then and what is actually happening. For example, the revision of the diesel subsidies, the upcoming revision of the petrol subsidies, which is going to be a huge thing. The passing of bills that seem very authoritarian. One perfect example is the ACTA 342, which is recently passed in Parliament, which is quite a scary bill, to be honest. The proposed reintroduction of the yearly renewal for the publication licenses for news and all that. The current, as you mentioned, the sort of rules that are being sort of proposed for social media and all that, the curtailing, removal of online content. I think we will get into Fahmi Reza, who recently was banned from TikTok and all that. Now, when you see all this, are you confident that the reforms that were mooted during the campaigning period in the manifestos and all that can actually come through within these 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, actually there are some theories say that government will always do the best thing when it comes to 1 year or several months before election, because that's the only way you can ensure that people will remember. Maybe perhaps it is partly true, but I try to convince myself to believe in that way as well, because I think government had no, I mean especially PH had no options, I mean, to win over their base vote, especially at the urban areas, other than to implement reform. I think government or the PH, side, they are well aware of it. They cannot just easily win, the Malay vote from the rural areas by advocating, whatever Malay right, because, it was taken by Perikatan Nasional and passed Bersatu. So I still do believe that there are certain MPs, especially Sedia Wangsa, Subang, PJ, still believe that they need to do something to win over the people at their constituency.